Hello guys and welcome back to the another class of our course about Python. So we talk about many things until now, and in this class we are going to talk about very important part, which is errors. So basically in Python you have three different types of errors that can exist or that can occur. They are not very hard to understand, and usually they are very simple to spot. And the first type of error could be syntax error. In this case, the syntax error, let's say for example, you want to print something. So let's say you print 1 divided by 1. So in this case, you want to print this simple line of code. As you can see, it gives us 1. But let's say you put point in front of your print 1 divided by 1. You definitely get an syntax error. So this is one type of error. The second type of error that you guys can deal with could be, for example, logical error. So in this case, logical errors could be something like zero division, import errors, file not found errors. For example, that happen if something is not logical. So for example, dividing 1 by 0. If you print it, well, as you can see, this is logical error. So zero division error is a logical error. So this is the same type of errors that exist. We have all the exceptions, so this is also another type of error, but all the exceptions in Python. So basically zero division error is also an exception. Once again, those are logical exception, but you have different types of errors in Python. Once again, I will show you where exactly we can find errors in this case. So my goal today is to show you how you guys can deal with those type of errors in general in Python. So instead of having error signal right here and bugging all your program, let's say you are programming more complex program, what we can do is simply we work with the try and except function. So let me just show you quick example. In this case, we are going to ask our user to write down certain number, and this number, well, it could be any type of number. So a equal to int input. So we ask him to enter number. In this case, we will simply print. And in this case, we will simply print 1 plus number, so the number which is stored in the variable a. So if we decide to run our app, what's going to happen? We are going to ask user to enter number. So let's say we give him 20. Well, we will have 21 in this case. Alright. So what we will do right now, we will enter letter and try to force him add. So as you can see, we enter letters and we have an error here. So once again, this is an value error. So right now, how exactly we can deal with this type of errors? It's very simple. We will use try and except function. So this is the way we'll be able to write something that is more presentable than this, and we will not block the program to work. So at first we write down try. Then what exactly you want to try? This is the code that you want to try. So in this case, we have our code, and finally, what do we accept? So accept to receive a value error. In this case, accept value error. So let's say for example, you accept to receive a certain type of errors, or you think that this error could be most common error that you can receive. Well, simply write down that you accept this error, and in this case, what exactly you will say to user? Print. You can simply say him, please write a number. Please write a number. So let's say we enter letters. So here by mistakenly I write wrong word. So we run again. So we enter letter. So as you can see, the user will receive this message instead of receiving a huge message of error. Usually, you can, if you want to make this bit more cool, let's say this way, we can use it with while loop. So this is very basic app, and what's going to happen is that it's going to refresh every time when user will try again and again and again. Once again, each time that he will simply ask again to print another number. So as you can see, there is something that is very simple. Your code will be between the try and except. So let's say you want to try out a code or you want to receive different outcome. For example, you have certain line of code and that you guys accept certain type of error that you think. For example, your user will enter letters instead of entering a number. Well, you can prevent this by simply using try and except function. So you guys understand right now how you can use this function. It's not very hard to understand, but once again, it's very useful. So that's it for this class guys. See you all in next class.